Hey everybody, it's Travis, Zenobia Sense. I wanted to thank you again for sticking with this collection video of mine. I'm having a lot of fun making it and hope you all enjoy watching it. Dog is asleep over there in the corner. Anywho, let's go ahead and get on with this one. I'm sure you can see by the top comments here that this is going to be on the house of Annick Goutal, Montale, and bond number 9. This is going to be a total of 7 fragrances from these 3 houses. And let's go ahead and take a look and see what we got. We're going to start with bond number 9 first. The first one is going to be this beauty here. This would be Bleecker Street. Bleecker Street is a great spring fragrance. It is, however, not one that's agreeing with me much as of late. When I wore it this spring, a couple of times that I did, even when I went light on the trigger, I would get a headache from it. Something in that is starting to mess with my nose. You get a lot of violet leaf, berries, and you also get a big, heavy dose of oak moss. Now, some people say that this fragrance reminds them of Adventus. Wow, Adventus. And I don't see that in the least. I don't really get the relations at all between Bleecker Street and Adventus. Adventus, in my opinion, is a much better fragrance from Creed, but this one is Bleecker Street from bond number 9. Number 2 from this house, and actually the only other bottle that I own from this house, is going to be this beauty, which everybody knows, New Harlem. New Harlem, which was actually also my scent of the day, is a awesome breakfast smelling fragrance. You have syrup, smells like syrup, pancakes, and or syrup and waffles with some coffee. You also get a little bit of lavender. Sometimes it seems like you get a little more than others, but even when you do really, I mean, there have been days when I never even noticed the lavender, but most of the time you will notice the lavender just a little bit. It's not like a lavender bomb or anything. Mostly just a beautiful gourmand. The coffee tends to be early to mid with me, and then toward the end you just get this nice warm syrupy vanilla awesome dry down that just screams for the fall. And that's New Harlem by bond number 9. Next house we're going to visit would be the house of Montale. The first Montale that we have here is going to be, there we go, Chocolate Greedy. Chocolate Greedy is a great fragrance. It is a fragrance, however, that primarily my wife wears. I don't really wear this fragrance that often because my wife wears it so much. This is like a big time fall staple of hers ever since I got it. Beautiful stuff. You get chocolate, vanilla, and some coffee. That's about it. I mean, I know that the note breakdown talks about like fruits and other, no. Chocolate, vanilla, and some coffee. Predominantly chocolate and vanilla. And it just stays. It has great longevity, great projection. It's a crowd-pleasing, it's late. A crowd-pleasing fragrance, that's for sure, from the house of Montale, Chocolate Greedy. Let's see. Let's go with next from, let me put it here. The next one that we got from the house of Montale, and it's actually, I don't want that focus. There we go. The next and last one that I have from the house of Montale is this beauty here. This would be Oud Leather. There we go. You can see it well now. Oud Leather is a leathery, oudy fragrance. Does that make sense? Is that what you thought it would be? Because that's what it is. You don't get a lot of oud, to be honest with you. You actually get a lot of leather. In addition to the leather, you get saffron, a lot of saffron. And in addition to the saffron, you get a lot of leather. You'll get a little bit of oud, and you'll get leather. Did I mention there's leather? There's a lot of leather. It's a very strong leather fragrance. Think Tom Ford's Tuscan leather. Take out the sweet berry note. Bang. Oud Leather. Great, very uber masculine fragrance. Just like reeks of like a leather jacket. It is just awesome. little harsh maybe even for some people because it doesn't have that sweetness that Tuscan leather has. But again, that's oud leather or oud leather, however you want to pronounce it, from Montale. The last house that we're going to visit in this video would be from the house Annick Goutal. First one from Annick Goutal is one, again, this is one that primarily my wife wears. Eau d'Adrienne. This is a beautiful, this is the see if you can see that. The EDP of this fragrance. It is a beautiful, lemony, delicious, slightly sweet, like sugared lemon. Like it's not real tangy. Slightly aldehydic. You get a little bit of fizziness and maybe a little bit of like cedar, like woods in it. But predominantly this is just an awesome summer lemon fragrance. Again, I have worn this a couple of times. Predominantly, though, my wife is the one that wears this as well. Usually once my wife starts wearing a fragrance, it kind of becomes hers. So, because I start to associate the smell with my wife, so I don't really wear them that often. And again, that's Eau d'Adrienne from Annick Goutal. Next from this house, we're going to go with this beauty. It's another one that predominantly my wife wears. Nuit à Toilette. This is the, let's see if you can see it, the EDT of the fragrance. This is, from what I understand, they don't come in these blue bottles anymore, which really stinks because this is a beautiful bottle. From what I understand, they all come in like a clear bottle now, which is just kind of lame. But whatever, it's not my house. But yeah, this is piney. The EDP adds iris, which is one of the reasons why I went with the EDT. I didn't think this needed iris, but basically mint, pine. It's like evergreeny, woody, beautiful. It's just a beautiful fragrance. Nuit à Toilette, and it is just, I mean, just gorgeous, gorgeous stuff from the house of Annick Goutal. Again, this is another one that my wife predominantly wears. My wife really likes pine type scents on herself. Another house, well, I'll get to it. There's another one that I have that's pine and strawberry and stuff like that, and she took that one over as well. But yeah, this is Nuit à Toilette, and it's a beautiful fragrance, again, from the house of Annick Goutal. And the final fragrance that I have from Annick Goutal, and my favorite fragrance from all of these fragrances here, is this gorgeous monster right here. From what I understand, the labels are different than these. Now it doesn't like wrap around anymore. But this is Ambre Fetish or Fetiche. This is amber and incense. Maybe a tad bit of leather, but primarily amber and incense done to perfection. I love this juice. This is such a good fragrance. Beastly projection, great staying power, really dark juice too. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I love the way that it looks in this bottle. But again, that's amber or Ambre Fetiche from the house of Annick Goutal. This is the man's style of bottle. From what I understand, all of their fragrances you can obtain in either the masculine version or the feminine version of the bottle. But this is, go figure. The only one that I own in the masculine bottle is the one that I predominantly wear. The two that I have in the feminine bottle, those are the ones that my wife usually wears. But again, Ambre Fetiche from Annick Goutal, beautiful juice. If you can get your nose on any of these fragrances, do your favor and get your nose on this. This is amazing juice. Ambre Fetiche, Annick Goutal. So, everybody, this is my my collection of fragrances from these three houses. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll be back with more. Take care. Bye-bye.